On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Prestige.
Respect and admiration felt or shown for someone or something based on a perception of their achievements or quality.
Examples:
National prestige. Prestige company. The university has great prestige in the academic community.
Batter.
To hit something or someone repeatedly with much force. Noun, baseball, a ball player who is batting.
Examples:
Batter the eggs. The batter's box. He got so angry that he battered the door down.
Append.
To add or attach something, especially supplementary or additional information or material, to the end or after something else, to include or incorporate as an addition or enhancement.
Examples:
Append a record. Append a page. I need to append the additional information to the end of the report before submitting it.
Appendectomy.
A surgical procedure to remove the appendix, typically performed in cases of appendicitis or other conditions that cause inflammation or infection of the appendix.
Examples:
Appendectomy surgery. Appendectomy scar. After several hours of abdominal pain, the patient was diagnosed with acute appendicitis and underwent an appendectomy.
Cardiologist.
A medical doctor who specializes in the study and treatment of the heart and the circulatory system.
Examples:
Cardiologist appointment. Skilled cardiologist. My grandfather is seeing a cardiologist to monitor his heart condition.
Angioplasty.
A medical procedure used to widen or unblock narrowed or obstructed blood vessels, especially arteries, typically involving the insertion of a thin tube, catheter, into the affected area and the inflation of a balloon to reopen the vessel or the placement of a stent to keep the vessel open.
Examples:
Renal angioplasty. Successful angioplasty. The patient underwent an angioplasty to open up the blocked arteries in his heart.
Comeback.
A return to popularity, success, or performance after a decline or period of inactivity. A quick, witty response to a criticism or insult.
Examples:
Political comeback. Career comeback. The musician made an impressive comeback with their latest album.
Orthopedic.
Relating to the branch of medicine concerned with the correction or prevention of deformities, disorders, or injuries of the skeletal system and associated muscles, joints, and ligaments.
Examples:
orthopedic shoes, orthopedic clinic. The athlete visited the orthopedic surgeon to have her injured knee examined and treated.
Paramedic.
A healthcare professional who is trained to provide emergency medical care to patients in the pre-hospital setting, often in ambulances or other emergency vehicles.
Examples:
paramedic ambulance, emergency paramedic. The paramedic team worked together efficiently to stabilize the patient's vital signs.
Admonition.
A warning, caution, or piece of advice aimed at correcting or preventing a mistake or misdeed.
Examples:
admonition letter, gentle admonition. The teacher gave an admonition to the students about the importance of submitting their assignments on time.
Obsessive.
Relating to or characterized by an obsession or excessive interest in a particular thing or activity, tending to dwell on or repeat certain thoughts or behaviors.
Examples:
obsessive compulsive disorder, obsessive thoughts. Her obsessive behavior towards perfectionism often led to burnout.
Compulsive.
Relating to or involving an irresistible urge to do something repeatedly or excessively, often in a way that is harmful or detrimental to one's well-being or relationships.
Examples:
compulsive gambling, compulsive behavior. He had a compulsive need to check the stove was turned off every time he left the house.
Garret.
A small and usually cramped attic room, typically located at the top of a house or building, a makeshift living space or studio, often used by artists or writers.
Examples:
dusty garret, painter's garret. The artist's studio was located in a small garret on the top floor of the building.
Memorize.
To learn something carefully so that you will remember it exactly.
Examples:
memorize musical scores. Try hard to memorize the lines. Lawyers need to memorize even the most minor provisions of the law.
Exertion.
The act of using one's energy, effort, or strength to achieve something, a physical or mental effort that produces a result.
Examples:
physical exertion, exertion of energy. The intense exertion required to climb the mountain left him feeling exhausted.
Aorta.
The main and largest artery, equals thick tube that carries blood from the heart to the body, in the human body originating from the heart.
Examples:
abdominal aorta, repair of an aorta. The patient will undergo bypass surgery of the aorta today.
Classify.
To categorize or group something according to a system or set of criteria, To assign something to a particular class or category based on its characteristics or properties.
Examples:
Classify images. Classify emails into folders. I need to classify these documents for the upcoming audit.
Acidosis.
A medical condition characterized by an abnormal increase in the acidity of body fluids and tissues.
Examples:
Lactic acidosis. Respiratory acidosis. The patient's acidosis symptoms became more pronounced, prompting the doctor to order immediate tests.
Amass.
To accumulate or gather a large quantity of something over time, to collect or assemble for future use or reference.
Examples:
Amass a patent portfolio. Amass followers. She had amassed a fortune through wise investments and shrewd business decisions.
Laud.
To praise or applaud enthusiastically, to extol or commend highly, to express approval or admiration for someone or something.
Examples:
Laud achievements. Laud his effort. Everyone in the room began to laud the speaker's inspiring words.
Immunization.
The process of making a person or animal immune to a specific disease by administering a vaccine or other preventative measure.
Examples:
Immunization program. Childhood immunization. Due to the success of immunization programs, certain diseases, such as smallpox, have been eradicated.
Breathless.
Feeling or causing a lack of breath, often due to exertion or excitement, intense or exciting to the point of causing a feeling of breathlessness.
Examples:
With breathless interest. Breathless anticipation. After running up the stairs, I was left breathless and sweaty.
Wheeze.
To breathe with difficulty, usually accompanied by a whistling or rattling sound, to make a high-pitched or whistling sound.
Examples:
Wheeze during exercise. Wheeze sickly. The asthmatic child began to wheeze after running too fast.
Stethoscope.
A medical instrument consisting of a flexible tube with a chest piece at one end, used by healthcare professionals to listen to internal sounds, particularly heart and lung sounds.
Examples:
Medical stethoscope. Electronic stethoscope. The stethoscope examination helped the doctor detect the irregular heartbeat of the patient.
Congest.
To make something blocked or crowded so as to hinder or prevent freedom of movement or flow of liquid.
Examples:
Congest in a vein. Congest a highway. The roads to the airport were heavily congested.
Aspirin.
A drug used to reduce pain, fever, and inflammation,
Examples:
prescribe aspirin, aspirin sensitivity. She took a tablet of aspirin to soothe the fever.
Diuretic.
A substance or medication that increases the production of urine, which helps to reduce the level of fluids in the body. Adjective, causing increased production of urine.
Examples:
antidiuretic effect, diuretic administration. He took an oral diuretic to reduce the swelling in his legs.
Gnaw.
To bite or chew on something persistently or nervously, to wear away at something gradually.
Examples:
gnaw a hole in a wall, gnaw at the national sentiment. She couldn't stop gnawing on her nails.
Dread.
To be very afraid of or worried about something that is going to happen or that might happen.
Examples:
dread failure, dread getting old. We all dread to think about what will happen if the company goes bankrupt.
Fleeting.
Brief or temporary, lasting only a short time.
Examples:
for a fleeting moment, fleeting opportunity. She savored the fleeting happiness she felt during the vacation.
Ventilate.
To supply fresh air to a room, building, etc., to remove stale air from it.
Examples:
ventilate my opinion, ventilate air. It's important to ventilate the room to avoid the buildup of harmful gases.
Stabilize.
To become or cause to become steady or unlikely to give way.
Examples:
stabilize prices, stabilize blood sugar levels. The raising of interest rates stabilizes the inflation rate.
Irreversible.
Impossible to change or return to a previous condition.
Examples:
avoid irreversible damage, an irreversible change. The development of agricultural technology has had an irreversible impact on humanity.
Resigned.
Having accepted something unpleasant or difficult, particularly a job or situation, without complaint or resistance, accepting one's fate or circumstances.
Examples:
with a resigned voice, resigned to their fate. She had a resigned look on her face when she realized that she had lost the race.
Acquaint.
To cause someone to become aware of or familiar with someone or something.
Examples:
acquaint himself with a subject, acquaint me with business. I recently acquainted myself with a new coworker by introducing myself and chatting with her for a few minutes.
Unhealthy.
Not conducive to good health, detrimental to physical or mental well-being.
Examples:
unhealthy diet, unhealthy habit. Sitting for long hours in front of the computer is considered unhealthy.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
a sham battle, turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Betray.
To reveal or deliver to an enemy by treachery or disloyalty. To reveal something unintentionally.
Examples:
betray a friend, betray confidence. He felt betrayed when his best friend revealed their secret to the enemy.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
low rev engine, rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Redouble.
To intensify or increase the effort or magnitude of something. To repeat or do something over again with increased intensity or fervor.
Examples:
redouble vigilance, redouble my determination. I need to redouble my efforts to finish this project on time.
Penicillin.
An antibiotic drug derived from mold and used to treat bacterial infections.
Examples:
penicillin allergy, penicillin sensitivity testing. The doctor prescribed penicillin to treat the bacterial infection.
Strep.
Informal shorthand for Streptococcus, a type of bacteria that can cause a range of infections, including strep throat and scarlet fever.
Examples:
strep skin infection, strep bacteria. The doctor diagnosed the patient with strep throat and prescribed antibiotics.
Epiglottis.
A flap of cartilage located at the base of the tongue, which covers the entrance of the windpipe during swallowing, preventing food or liquid from entering the lungs.
Examples:
epiglottis function, swollen epiglottis. During a choking incident, the epiglottis reflex may fail to close off the windpipe quickly enough.
Airway.
The air passage from the nose and throat to the lungs, a designated route followed by airplanes flying from one airport to another.
Examples:
airway blockage, airway beacon. When performing life-saving, the first step is to secure the airway.
Venous.
Relating to, situated in, or carrying blood through the veins of the body.
Examples:
venous blood, venous thrombosis. The patient was diagnosed with a venous clot in his leg, requiring immediate medical attention.
Recrimination.
The act of accusing someone who has accused you, a countercharge or retaliatory accusation made against an accuser.
Examples:
Mutual recrimination. Exchange of recrimination. After the project failed, there were recriminations from all sides, blaming each other for the mistakes.
Cleanse.
To purify or get rid of impurities or toxins, to wash or scrub thoroughly, often in a ritualistic or symbolic context, to purge or remove negative or harmful influences or substances from something. Noun, an act of cleaning or purifying something, typically the body.
Examples:
Juice cleanse. Cleanse the face. The new diet is designed to cleanse toxins from the body.
Quadrant.
A quarter of a circle or sphere, or any of the four parts of an area, divided by two intersecting lines or planes.
Examples:
Northeast quadrant. Quadrant chart. The map was divided into 4 quadrants to examine the geographical region closely.
Hydrate.
To add water or moisture to something. To drink enough fluids to maintain proper moisture. Noun, any compound that contains water of crystallization.
Examples:
Hydrate my skin. Acid hydrate. She drank water to hydrate her body.
Doozy.
Something outstanding or unique, something exceptionally large, difficult, or complex.
Examples:
A doozy of a storm. A doozy of a task. I've got a doozy of a headache, and I don't think I can make it to the meeting today.
Unsupported.
Not given financial or other aid, not having any proof or evidence.
Examples:
Unsupported rumor. Fight unsupported. Removal of the central pole left the roof unsupported.
Deprivation.
A state of not having something, such as food or money, that you need for a pleasant life.
Examples:
Chronic sleep deprivation. Deprivation of liberty. Losing him is great deprivation to our team.
Louse.
A small, wingless insect that lives on the bodies of mammals and birds, often considered a parasite, a contemptible or despicable person.
Examples:
Pubic louse. Louse egg. The child was sent home from school because of a lice infestation caused by one louse.
Ubiquitous.
Being or existing everywhere at once.
Examples:
Ubiquitous computing. Ubiquitous across ecosystems. Sugar is ubiquitous in food.
Havoc.
Widespread destruction or devastation, often caused by natural disasters, war, or other violent events.
Examples:
Cause havoc. Play havoc in the mind. The storm wreaked havoc on the town, causing widespread damage and power outages.
Peg.
A small cylindrical or tapered pin used to fasten or secure something, such as clothing, on a line, or in carpentry and woodworking. Verb, to fasten or secure something using a peg or similar object. To mark or indicate a level or position using a peg or similar object.
Examples:
Peg in the ground. Peg an exchange rate. The sheep were tagged with numbered plastic pegs in their ears.
Underestimate.
To think or suppose that a quantity, price, or size is smaller than it is.
Examples:
Underestimate an enemy. Underestimate the probability. They frequently underestimated their abilities and felt inferior.
Ferret.
A small, carnivorous mammal with a long slender body and a pointed snout, often used for hunting rats or other small animals. Verb, to search persistently and relentlessly for something, often in a secretive or concealed manner, as if hunting with a ferret.
Examples:
Ferret food. Ferret out the truth. I love to watch my pet ferret play with its toys.
Pervasive.
Spreading or existing throughout every part of a thing or place.
Examples:
Pervasive language. The pervasive odor of garlic. Suspicion and worry were pervasive in our minds.
Garrulous.
Excessively talkative, especially about trivial or irrelevant matters, verbose or long-winded.
Examples:
Garrulous talker. Garrulous conversation. The garrulous salesman wouldn't stop talking about his product.
Dilate.
To make something wider, larger, or more open.
Examples:
Dilate the bronchial tubes. Dilate blood vessel. The pupils of the eyes dilate in low light.
Recoil.
To spring or flinch back, as in surprise, fear, or pain.
Examples:
Recoil in horror. Recoil from a snake. The gun recoiled with a loud bang.
Redefine.
To change the meaning or interpretation of something. To make people think about something in a new or different way.
Examples:
Redefine customer experience. Redefine our role. The video telephony application has redefined the way we work.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.